Purrfect Plan is the 19th episode of the 9th season of Minnie's Bow-Toons, the first season of Pet Hotel, and as always there will be spoilers as I discuss what happens in this and share some thoughts. I love to watch this show partly because the animation is gorgeous, but also because I like to see how educational the episodes can be, and I thought this one was actually going to deliver a really great, beneficial message for the target audience. And then it took a direction that I don't agree with. It's not terrible, it's not the end of the world, and it's not necessarily unrealistic either, and I will expand on that. But at the same time, I think they could have had a much more important episode while still being entertaining. It starts off with Figaro and Dancer, they're playing, they're having a great time. It's time for Dancer to go home. And interestingly, we actually spend the bulk of the episode away from the hotel as Minnie and Daisy are driving off to take Dancer home. And there are obstacles along the way and characters they encounter. I won't spoil it, I won't give away who they meet, but they meet somebody along the way. And Figaro has actually stowed away so that he can play with Dancer some more. And once they get to Dancer's house, they realise that Figaro is there. And obviously, Figaro is upset because he didn't want Dancer to go home. He wanted to continue playing with Dancer. And this is so common. I feel like all of us have experienced at some point playing with a friend and either we don't want the friend to go home or we don't want to go home. It's very common if you're having a great time with your friend. You don't want to stop playing with them. And I think that that's really realistic. And I thought, okay, this is going to be a great opportunity for a really strong lesson. And that's the lesson that you have to stop playing sometimes. And instead, Figaro was invited over for a sleepover at Dancer's house so they can continue playing. And as I said before, it's not unrealistic. I'm trying to think if that maybe did happen to me at some point. I feel like that happened a lot with my grandmothers. Like I'd visit my grandmother with my mother, and sometimes I'd ask, well, can I just stay the night with my grandmother or my grandfather? And I remember that happening. I don't know if I ever did that with friends, but certainly that's believable. I can see it happening. Two friends don't want to stop having fun, so they ask if they can sleep over at one of their houses. So it's not unrealistic, but it's basically saying Figaro was rewarded for not listening and not accepting the fact that it was time for Dancer to go home. Whereas it would have been much better to just remind Figaro, you'll see Dancer again. Dancer will come over to the hotel. You can come and spend the day with Dancer. We'll bring you back tomorrow or whenever is convenient. And then Figaro could have gone, yeah, actually, that's not bad. Just one more sleep and then I can play with Dancer again. And that would have been so much more important and beneficial for the young viewer. And now instead, maybe not every viewer, but some viewers will now think, well, if I want to play, I just have to ask for a sleepover. And while I do think it is common, I also feel like not many parents are going to want to have an impromptu sleepover. They might be happy to give their child to somebody else to have a sleepover elsewhere, but to have another child staying at your house without warning, I imagine that would be quite stressful. So I don't think the message was very good. I think it could actually cause some problems, but at the same time, it's not unrealistic. It's not that it would never play out that way. I just think they took the wrong direction. But in terms of the journey to get there, it was fun, it was interesting. Spending time outside of the hotel was a little different. The animation is as gorgeous as always. The pacing is good. So as an episode, it's good. As a message, I think they made the wrong decision. And ultimately, while it's still a good episode of Minnie's Bow-Toons, the message is potentially problematic and it could have been so much more powerful.